Well, hello there. Well, before we get into the video, I'd like to say a big thank you to all my new subscribers, which is partly due to, I must say, a big thanks to Crossways Junction Model Railway, who put a recommendation out to review some of my videos. And he does a live stream. He's been doing some live streams, just getting into it, I think. So if you're interested, go and watch some of his stuff. I'll leave a link in the description. So having said that, without any more to do, I think let's get into the adding the lighting to the Bachman Class 66. Bye for now. Right, now then, this is the, I've taken the top off already. Right. So this is the Class 66 with the top off. And what we're going to do is these tiny little lights, LEDs, we're going to fit in the lighting here on the front of the engine. Now these work, you can get these for about 35p each. I bought 20 for about £7, so it works out about 38p each, including postage. So we're going to fit them in here to add extra lights to the front. All right, now then, first off, you've got to take the cab off. Move the cab. It's got some little clips there, clipping it in. Right, put that aside. Now there's a little tiny screw. This has got to come off. I've already put one of these extra lights on, which is on this end here. But I'm going to add the other two. Can add another 2 lights. So we take this little tiny screw out here. And that allows us to move this out. That's the light cluster. Right. Comes away in 2 parts. There's the actual light cluster right there. Now all that's got on it is 1 white light and 2 red lights. It's got nothing for this one, so I actually put another. I've already put 1 light, and what I did, so as you see there, they're separated to stop the light bleed. I drilled through the top there about 1.5mm hole and put one of these lights in there. But I'm going to do the same now. Oops, try and get this. I'm going to try and do the same now. I'm going to drill a hole level with this one here and level with this one here, just above here. Poke the wires in there. Then we need to drill that with about a smaller drill, just big enough to get this little light past that little light through. Right, so I've got a 1.5mm drill, which I'm going to do now. So I'll do that and then I'll come back to you. And then, as you can see, try to show you, I drilled the 2 holes, one there above this light, and 1 hole there above that hole there. Right. That allows us to pass. I'll get with you in a minute. To pass one of these LEDs, I could do about a 1 mil, I reckon, smaller than that. That will go through there into that lighting slot. Right, now then, this could now go back. Now stick this back in. That back in there. Then that will slot back in here. Like so, right? That slots back in there. Well, let's see now. You can. I'm sure you can pass this light in after you've put that in. I'm sure you can. Yes. So what I'm going to do is get a bit of black tack and fix those two in there. Right, so what we've got to do here, I've got it in. I've got the light bulb, I've screwed this back in position. The light bulb's in there, and I've just put a small bit of black tack on each hole, which holds the bulb in and stops any light bleed coming through the hole. So then I've cut these leads to the required length, because they come quite long, and removed. You don't need, they come with a little resistor on them. They come with a little resistor on them, you don't need that. So I've come to length, then you've got to bare the end wires. Just bare the end wire a little bit so we can solder them together. We've got to solder all the blacks together and all the reds together. Scrape that off. Same with this one. Best we can. Right. Yeah, come here. That's the best we can do, right? Then what we've got to do, plug the soldering iron in. Found it, right. Bear with me while I do this. Switch the soldering iron on. Which is now warming up. Right, now then, what we got to try and do is tin these first. Wait in a minute. Tin the ends of these wires first. And one still wants the insulation removing. Tin that. Easy to get this right. And another black one here. That could do a bit better cleaning up. Right, that seems okay. Right. The two blacks together. Twist them together. Try and solder those two blacks together now. And solder the two. Same with the two reds. If you was doing all the three, after I've already done that, you'd try and fix all them together first instead of just this two. Try and twist them together a bit. Get that right. Springing, very springy this wire. Right, let's try and get them together. Now what we're going to do, before I go any further, we're going to look at this. Oops, whoops a daisy. Defocus. Cameras fell over. Right. Before we go any further, let's get a 3-volt battery and try it. Right. Battery there, there, and there you can see the 3 lights. Right. Now, if you don't think it's right, that one's brighter than that, isn't it? You can fiddle with that till you get it even. It'd be best to do that when you've got it on the track, I think. Right. Now, what we've got to do now is solder the two reds to this one. And now I've got to solder the two reds to this tab here, which in this case would be this as well. You have to check what one. Not very good, hang on. That's it. And the two blacks to this one. Solder the two blacks to this terminal here. Right. Yeah. The best thing to do before I put the top on it is to try that on the track. So what we do, we go out to the garage now. Right. Right, well here we are, this is on the track. Now, I've had a little bit of trouble now. I found out since doing it, the little lens what was in here wasn't letting any light through, hardly any light through. And I took it out to try and clean it up. It had like paint on it. I said, I bloody lost it. So now there's no lens in this, not that light, this light here, the dimmer one. There's no lens in it. But if I put it on reverse, you see, the red light comes on, but that red light don't show up very bright, but I don't think it ever did. So it hasn't affected that. Putting this light in front of it hasn't affected that. It's the lens, it's like a plastic lens, it's missing in that light. And the lens, what was that? So that would be the forward. So now I've got it, you can adjust it for, make sure you, before you put the body on, that's giving the best light it can. Right, so what I'll do now, go back and put the body on and we'll have a look at it again after that. Right, well here we are then, body's back on, turn the lights off, that's it, off. That's on. Right. 1, 2, 3. There's 5 lights on, and you put it in reverse. As you can see, because I haven't got that little lens in, it's slightly duller on that side now. But anyway, that's. I'll have to try and get that lens somehow. Right, now if I turn it round, this is what it was. This is what it would have been like before the modification, because I've only done the one end. That's what it was like. You only had 2 lights, one there and one there. Right. when you put it in reverse, of course. Like that, right? That's what it was like. So this is the way round I have it. Right, there we are. It's back on the track, on the right track now with the light right. Carriage is fixed to it. Let's send it off. It should come round again. That's it. I think that looks better than the old, the two lights I had before. Well, hello again. Here we are, 24th of October, and doing a couple little modifications on my model railway. So what have I done? Right. Well, first of all, I'm doing some modifications to my station. I've took all those Hornby. Let me show you. The Hornby canopies, all the Hornby canopies, I've taken them off and I've painted them black. They was yellow like that, and I've painted them black but left the little yellow ridge around the edge, and I think that will look better and more realistic. I don't think you'd really have bright yellow canopies on the top, so I've done them all like that. Well, I've got 6 of these altogether. Obviously I've took the glazing out, and I masked it all round the edge so I retained the yellow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually glue them. Stop this a minute. So here we are now. Then what I'm going to do is glue 3 of these together. I've got 2 lots of 3. I'm going to glue them together so that they keep lined up right, because when you put them on separate they can be inclined to not line up perfect. Gets knocked and they get out of line. So I'm going to glue the 3 together before I put the glazing back in. 2 lots of 3, because I've got 2 stations over there what they go on. Now you notice I've taken the centrepiece of my railway out, the little town centre piece here, so I can get to it easier. But while I was about it, this is the centre piece here. Now it's all done on like a 1-inch foam board, and it was bowing a little bit in the middle, so I'll take this opportunity to fix that. So I've put a bit of timber along there, about just under 4 foot long it is, and because it was bowing I've screwed it down each end temporary, but I've glued that to the base. I will take these screws out and then patch the hole up in the road, and hopefully that will be all right. It's now remains straight along there. Just a bit of maintenance, really. Right, so I'm going to get on and glue these up, get the glazing in, and then I'm going to have to re-stick the light in to the underneath, and that will do it. We'll come back when that's done. Right, well there they are now in place. Oh, I've knocked my chimney over. Just noticed that. Let's put that right. Right. There we are. I think that looks better. I think if you're looking down on them, I think that looks better in the black. And front canopy. And then I've also done this, the other stage. So again, at this one I've done a dark green with a white edging, and which I think looks even better with a white edging. And then, because this Hornby station would normally come halfway in, but I've put it right at the back of the station, so this normally would have had a half a canopy there, like it's got on the front, but then it wouldn't line up with this. So I bought a complete new canopy, cut it to that width, and then stuck these paper tiles on there to make it look right. So now it gives a nice straight edge all along there, and altogether I think it makes the station look a lot better. Plus I've improved the lighting under there. It's got like a yellowy effect now. It was too bright before. So there, that's about all I've done so far. A general look at it. Alright, so that's it for now.